Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Scotty, the marketing dude, back here with another episode of What We Ride. I'm with JB, Jamie Berry, our sales manager.
What up, guys? Hey, Scotty, you know, when I was like 12, this was my first bike. I'm exactly like this, so you know I love your bike.
Yeah, this is my bike.
Yeah. No, can I steal it? Can I steal
No.
it? Okay, well, I'm out. I gotta go.
Yeah, so anyway, we're here with my bike today. Jamie is going to ask me some questions, and I'm going to tell you about it. So what would you like to know about the bike, Jamie? And I'll tell you all about it.
Hey guys, so as you know, we like to ride. Everybody here rides. We all have something. We all have our own little area of expertise. Scotty, he might be the marketing dude, but he's also the dirt bike dude. We refer to him for dirt bike stuff. So what do we have here? Scotty, tell me a little bit. What do we have here? What is this awesome bike that you have?
Okay, so this is my 1981 YZ250 that I race vintage motocross on. I started racing motocross in general from, I think my first race I was age 6 at Meade County Fair race in Kentucky. So if you're a local motocross person, you probably know that. But I've been riding since I was 5. I got my first PW50 when I was 5 and raced for a long time, but I've kind of moved into the vintage world. I don't so much race modern motocross anymore. And last year I wanted to ride something older in an older vintage class, so I picked up this 81. My dad has a 1980, very similar to this, and I really liked his bike, so I picked this one up. It's supposed to be the best vintage bike you could race, basically, but I'll be honest, I've had a tumultuous relationship with this motorcycle since I bought it. It was supposed to be race ready, and I have blown it up twice. I've only owned this bike less than a year. But
maybe you're racing too hard. Have you thought about that?
I don't know. I think it's just it's a little trial and error for me, racing a bike with no power valve and air cooled and all that stuff. But it is a really good race bike, actually. So last year at AMA Vintage Motorcycle Days on this bike, I got second place in my class, and I was lugging this bike to make it survive, basically. My friend Rodney, Carrier Rodney, shout out if you're watching this, told me to just short shift it, and we thought it might survive. It actually locked up on me in practice. I've locked this bike up twice. Hopefully this year we'll get it figured out, because I really like the way it handles. It's the reason I picked this bike up in particular. Is it was just kind of at its peak in 1981, and for Yamahas, and actually after that they kind of went downhill for a little bit. The Hondas kind of started taking over, but really modern geometry, actually. So when you look at this bike compared to some of the new bikes we have behind us, it sits pretty comparable. You know, most vintage bikes are really low, but this bike's tall, if you can't tell, sitting on the stand. Jose, actually, it probably looks like a normal size bike with Jose next to it, but for me, it's big, but I actually fit it okay. Yeah, so hopefully we have a little better luck with it next year. It runs really good when it is running. You can check out that series on YouTube if you just type in Evil Castrigal. I'd have a whole series on this bike, the build, and my relationship with it, and the kind of ups and downs. It's been rough, but actually you can get parts for this bike still. That's another reason I went with the Yamaha. I've actually bought parts for this bike here at CC Power Sports. So engine components, anything like that, if you want to get into the vintage motocross thing, there are still outlets for the Japanese bikes in particular where you can get stuff, and we actually can order some parts here. So if you're into the vintage motocross stuff, check us out.
So if somebody were wanting to get into dirt bikes, vintage or new, what would you tell them?
I always say start out on a smaller bike. Depending on your level of experience. I mean, if you're a person that's ridden street bikes, and you want to get into off-road, maybe start off on a 250 or something like that. I mean, we've got options like, perfect options for you, whether it be a KX 250 or even a KO. Honestly, we've got this bike's offspring down there, the YZ250X behind us. So Yamaha still makes a 2-stroke. They're one of the only ones that still do. But yeah, if you want to start vintage motocross, I would say look at the 80s bikes, although the 90s bikes are very popular now. And there's more parts, obviously, for 90s bikes. Parts are getting harder to find for these. This is a 42-year-old motorcycle. So
Yeah, no, I was born in '82. This is an '81, so I can do the math.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Actually, this bike came out in '80. You know, or yeah, I guess it would have dropped in '80 because
Yeah, half year.
manufacturers drop them off a half year before.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully it gets better this year. It's a great looking bike, especially from that distance away. You get up close, it is a racer. It's not a show bike. So these tank graphics, these old tanks, they kind of breathe, they call it, where the gasoline kind of comes out of the tanks, and you can't keep graphics good. So, but yeah, Race Tech tuned suspension. It's a racer. And I'm excited to ride it some more. I'll put in a little footage of it running here at the end of the video so people can hear it. It's actually blown up right now. So I can't start it right now. The compression's really low. But yeah, great bike.
So guys,
Anyway.
Scotty mentioned he started at 5. What did he start on? Yamaha PW50. We have some Yamaha PW50s. If you have 4, 5, 6-year-old wanting to get started, we have those options for you. If you're wanting them to get started on something else, we have KOs, we have Honda. I mean, we have all of it. So bring them in. We have staff here. We have Scotty, our dirt bike expert. We can help you get sized up, kind of determine what's going to work best for you and your kiddo. We even have training wheels to get them started. So if interested, give us a call, 812-948-1621, or just stop in. We are here Tuesday through Saturday. More than happy to help you. Or if you just want to chat about dirt bikes, believe me, if Scotty's here, he's going to bend your ear, because everybody goes to Scotty for dirt bikes. So we appreciate you guys tuning in for this edition of
What We Ride.
What We Ride with
The
Scotty, the
YZ250.
marketing guy.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys.